What's up, Dreamedia family? This is Zach. Welcome back to another episode. Today, I have the pleasure of being out here in Avon, Colorado, doing an upgrade for one of our previous customers. I can't tell you how excited I am. We're taking this system from a 5.4 system to a 7.4.4 high-fidelity Perlisten Dolby Atmos system. It's going to be killer, guys. If you'd like to purchase anything home theater related that you would like for your home, reach out to Dreamedia's online store or reach out for a free in-home consultation. Keep in mind, we also have boots on the ground and are running local integration services as well. Thank you guys for everybody's support. Let's get into this video and start this upgrade. All right, welcome back, Dreamedia family. So now we're on site. Maybe we'll show a little B-roll of the system prior, but the whole room's getting worked over. The customer called us out here to do a simple installation, and we did the best we could with the current configuration. The room's kind of funky. The seating wasn't perfect. We made some recommendations, and now we're back. The customer has ordered some seating as well as additional speakers so that we can upgrade this to a 7-channel bed layer, still 4 subwoofers, but then 4 in-ceiling Dolby Atmos speakers. Additionally, I'd like to bring on our customer so that he could tell you a little bit about his journey. These were some recommendations that we've made to him, and every step of the way, he's been really happy with the performance gains. So I think today is going to be another prime example on how Dreamedia is able to take things over the top and really create an incredible immersive experience. All right, I'm going to start out with Chase.
Hey, Zach, thanks for bringing me on. So as you guys can tell, first order of business is turning our rears into our new sides. So as you can see, that speaker, we dropped it down to about as high as we could get a good listening angle for that. And we have that matched on the side of this wall. Same thing. The old speaker, the old rear used to be on the front wall here, kind of shooting out. So what Juan is back there doing now is marking out our studs. So we actually, it's, instead of being like a typical wood framing top, we've actually got steel beams running through, the whole space above our heads. So as you can see, they're almost at a 45-degree angle from our television. So the challenge that's going to present is we're going to have to get our wire across over into the same bay and then shoot it at a 45. So it probably will end up being 3 different bays. Our front Atmos and our front right Atmos and our rear left Atmos will probably fall into the same bay and wire pool, but then we'll probably have 2 unique ones. So what Juan is doing right now is just marking out our studs so we know what we're going into. But we have got 3 of the S3i in-ceiling speakers. They are beauts. So we've got 4 of these bad guys going in the ceiling. And then this whole system is going to be processed through Trinoff, the best of the best. And our content feeder is going to be a Kaleidoscape. So this is going to be extremely endgame. We've got a really nice LG OLED panel back there, TV. And yeah, so the biggest challenges that we're going to be running into today are yet to come. We're about to figure that out as soon as we start opening up the ceiling. But this is going to be a super sweet system. Thanks for joining us, and let's get into it.
So in today's video, that's what we're going to achieve. We're going to make this system add height effects. So the biggest difference between what the customer had previously and what we're doing today is separation and channel. Currently, the customer had just a 5-channel bed layer and the 4 subs, which sounded absolutely phenomenal, don't get me wrong. But when you have a 5-channel bed layer, all of your surround effects, it doesn't matter if it's coming from above you, from beside you, or from behind you. All of those surround effects are coming out of 2 speakers, your surrounds and your surround left and your surround right. That's it. So today we're just separating all of those effects out, making it more immersive so he's in the middle of the action. We're going to add in an additional set of surrounds and surround rears so that whenever a car is screeching around a corner, as an example, you're going to actually hear that car transition from your side sound stage to your rear, from the front to the side to the rear, all the way through the room. Same thing applies for our overhead effects. We have 0 overhead effects in this room right now. So by adding in 4 Dolby Atmos speakers above us in this room, you're going to hear the helicopter, you're going to hear the rain, you're going to hear all of the audio that was decoded from the movie producers properly where they should be in the scene. Like, if it's raining, you shouldn't hear rain behind you, right? You should hear the rain above you. If there's a sniper on a building, you should hear that gunfire from accurately where they are in the scene. So that's what it's all about here today, is we're making a more realistic soundstage. And this doesn't only apply for movie watching. Yes, we want a very immersive movie watching experience, but spatial audio and Dolby Atmos is becoming very mainstream, guys. A lot of my customers ask, like, what can I even watch with these type of systems? Like, everything, guys. Netflix shows are coming out in Atmos. All of our music on Dolby Atmos and Tidal is spatial audio mixes and Dolby Atmos mixes. Old school music, like the Eagles, just got remastered in Dolby Atmos. So now you can hear, when you're just listening to your old school tracks, a very immersive mix, which makes it next level. I mean, in my opinion, having Dolby Atmos in your home is better than going to a live concert. You're not getting the same vibe that you get from a real concert, but the audio is so much better because you are literally just completely engulfed in this bubble. I can't tell you guys how excited I am to see the customer's face when we get this done. So the guys are right now already adjusted our surrounds. We're going to adjust our surround rears. And the biggest part of today's install is getting those in-ceiling speakers installed properly and try to hide all of the wiring in the ceiling rafters and in the walls. So the guys are marking out our studs right now, and I'm going to be walking you guys through this whole process as we complete this upgrade. If you guys like this type of content, give us a big thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, comment, all that good stuff. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for all your support. If you're up here in Eagleville County, anywhere in Colorado, Chase is boots on the ground putting in these incredible systems. And I would love for you guys to go and subscribe to Dreamedia Colorado. They have their own YouTube channel and they are absolutely crushing it up here in the high country. Thanks for everybody's support. All right, let's go. Drop cloth up here. We are trying to keep dust to a minimum, and we will use some microfibers when done to try to clean up everything. We got a hole here cut, hole here cut. Now we're moving on to our rears. So we need to put in Atmos rear left, right here, and right here. The key with Dolby Atmos is getting nice dispersion and separation between your channels. I know you guys are already going to be thinking in the comments, this front Atmos is a little bit too far. Ideally, in a perfect world, this is a retro install, so we're doing the best we can. But ideally, we would like that speaker to be here. But there's a giant steel structural beam here. So we weren't able to get it perfect, but this being directly up here is absolutely going to add some incredible height. We may just configure these as front heights instead of mid heights, but we'll play around with our surround decoding and see which sounds better. But these are kind of a hybrid between fronts and mids. We will have proper Atmos location for the rears, assuming the studs cooperate. So we're going to go ahead and get those cut in next.
Yeah. Hey guys. So we have 3 of our Atmos cut in. We're about to cut in our last Atmos. We actually have trusses and like a sort of grid lock for the trusses. So everything in the ceiling is actually like preset cubes. So that's been pretty interesting to overcome. I'd love to throw up some B-roll we have of us poking our camera around in the ceiling so you guys could see. So we're kind of being dictated by the trusses a little bit, but we're getting it pretty darn close to exactly where we want it anyway before calibration. So we've got to pop these and actually pulling the wire from the front to the back of the room after we get above the media room into the header there is going to be super easy. I can stick my head up in the first speaker hole and see the other 3. So that's awesome. We do have a structural support for the floor above that kind of cuts this room in half. And it goes right between our front left and our front right Atmos speaker, thankfully. And we have just a little gap before the drywall to get our wires through. So we're going to keep cooking here. Thanks for joining us.
So what the guys are doing right now is they're cutting a hole just as I had expected on the ceiling and on the wall. And there's like a 2x8, 2x6 header that is the top of every single wall in every home. Maybe metal, maybe 2x4, maybe 2x6, depending on your construction. But in this home, we're gonna have to drill through that. And because there's a beam up here, we're gonna have to cut a hole in the ceiling too, so then we can make that 90-degree bend. The guys are working on it right now. We're steaming.
All right, guys. So as you can tell from some of the B-roll, we've got a giant metal joist right here. So we are going to pull 3 individual lines that way under the joist. So we're just using 2 pull strings. You can just get this at Lowe's or whatever. I love this. If you're if you're going through the trouble of pulling an HDMI to a projector, throw 1 or 2 of these strands in here into your conduit. It makes pulling cable in the future easy. For this, we're just leveraging it so that I've only got to get the glow rods through the ceiling here 1 time, and then we'll have 3 separate pull lines. You just pull from 3 different boxes at the same time. Since we've got this really high quality speaker wire here and we've got 1 roll of it, we're just gonna pull these individual lines. So yep, cruising along. Ready?
Okay, so the guys now have Atmos speaker rear right, rear left, which you can see they're just using this fish tape to fish the wire. Our front Atmos or mid Atmos left, depending on how we configure it, is in. Our mid or front Atmos right is now in. And they're working on getting the wires fished down the wall right now. Additionally, the speaker is mounted for our surround.
You'll pull that.
We've been discussing options for these rears that are on stands. We're going to get some isoacoustics stands that will bring them up a little bit higher, about 8.5 inches, so that we're within the 15-degree dispersion from our listening area. So these surrounds will be a little bit higher. but we do have our surround backs. Our surrounds are permanently installed.
You can pull
Fronts are going to remain in the same location. And this couch is going to scoot back to here. So if you guys recall, this room actually had the couch flat here before. So now that the couch is floating in the space, we can actually achieve rears, surrounds, as well as Dolby Atmos according to spec. This front right and the sub's a little off because of the fireplace, but all in all, once this is calibrated with our trim off, it's going to sound absolutely phenomenal for a family room.
All right, guys. So here are 4 wires. We ran into a fire block, which actually I could reach from the top wall. But as you see this foam right here, I don't know if that's in shot.
Oh, you can see it.
Yeah. This foam right here was stopping our blow rod. So we had no choice but to open up the wall. Where the wires pop out, it's going to be a single gang Retrofit low volt plate with the brush plate on it. So it'll look nice and clean as soon as we get that in. So I've just got some slack here. I've got to cut down and get some labels further up the wire, and we're good to go.
All right, Dreamedia family, we're moving right along with this incredible upgrade here today. We're nearing the end of the day, and the guys have all of our wires ran. I would expect by the end of today that we do have all of our in-ceiling speakers mounted flush into the ceiling, as well as our security wire attached and our wires terminated to our amplifier. We're going to be using the Primaire 30.8, which has very clean, super clean Class D amplification. If I believe, we're looking at 200 watts per channel. So we're going to be providing clean, efficient power to these Dolby Atmos speakers that we're adding in our upgrade today. So all of our wires have been terminated back to our home run. Our surround speakers are hooked up. Surround speakers are ready and in place for whenever we're done with the in-ceiling speakers. Stay tuned. The guys are going to continue forward with installing the in-ceiling speakers. Again, we're going to be featuring today the Perlisten S-Series, the S3i, the in-ceiling, fully enclosed speaker from Perlisten, in-ceiling speaker from Perlisten that features their beryllium dome tweeter, in addition to their TechStream carbon fiber woofers. Very hi-fi components, quality audio. This was already considered a high-fidelity setup with the 5.4, but now we're taking things to the next level with this 7.4.4 upgrade. All right, guys, stay tuned for the rest of the series. Thanks for watching. All right, Dreamedia family, we're moving along. We're going to pop these in-ceilings in before I leave for the day. These are just beasts, guys. Beryllium dome tweeter, TechStream carbon fiber woofers, fully enclosed, THX Dynamis certified. This is a beast of an in-ceiling speaker. We're going to be putting in 4 of these today. See this hook right here? This is going to be really the secret to, or maybe not the secret, this is going to be one of the more challenging parts of this installation, and what is going to take some time, because this is a retro installation. We couldn't put any hooks in a new construction. And because this ceiling joist is a little funky, it's all just thin sheathing, we want to go ahead and brace it. So we're going to put in these steel lines, hook this puppy here, hook the joist and the ceiling, and make sure that it can't go anywhere, no matter how much deep infrasonic bass we throw at it.
Okay, so for the tie it right here. Okay. So you're saying
I'm going to add a little bit of info up here. So another thing to notate, guys, is these are in ceiling. So this lip actually catches the outside of the sheetrock. And this is called a dog leg. Dog leg opens like this. You screw in the screw here, and it compresses between your lip on the sheetrock and this dog leg on top of the sheetrock. So the only thing that would be holding the speaker would be the sheetrock if we do not put this on. Now, if they had maybe like a tongue and groove ceiling, shiplap ceiling, real studs, I would feel more comfortable just mounting this up. But this is a heavy speaker, and it's going to make me sleep easy at night knowing that this thing is overbraced.
Cut it with the other hole. That's fine. But I don't think I'm going to be able to thread it through this.
All right, guys. So this right here is what I showed you at Lowe's. This is 3/16 steel wire. It's rated for like 800 pounds.
So we still kind of need both hands through that. So I think this side should be fine.
Yeah, it should be.
If we go any smaller, it's not going to make a difference for
Here, pull the blade up. Oh.
Okay.
So what we've just done, guys, is cut another hole. We're going to cut 4 holes, one next to every single speaker. And me and the customer were just talking about it. This isn't like the speaker's not going to fall out of the ceiling today. We're kind of future-proofing. By attaching this to the rafters, it's just going to ensure that it reduces the amount of force and the gravity of the speaker just every single day sitting on top of the sheetrock there with nothing but these dog ears to catch it. It's not only a fail-safe, but it's a day-to-day. How do we make sure that speaker does not fall out of the ceiling? I mean, look at that thing. It's a beast, guys.
Okay, yeah. So
Now it's going to hop. You want me to hold
move the
foam?
Oh,
Or the speaker?
just the speaker. Yeah.
All right, so we got our speaker connected to the speaker wire, red to red, black to black. We're pushing our slack up into the ceiling. Do you have a Phillips bit on you, Chase?
Yeah.
Okay. Chase has a Phillips bit on his drill, ready to insert
go ahead.
the speaker up.
Let go.
Let me get the tape out of it. So those
And then we're going to be rotating our speaker pretty much exactly where Chase has it, to where our tweeter is facing our seating area.
Got it.
You want to be real careful as you near the end. You do not snap off your dog leg. So many times I've seen installers get a little giddy with that automatic drill and just snap off the dog leg. You can see Chase has it on level 1, which means that his torque is really low, and he's being very careful to watch that screw and make sure he do not snap off the dog leg.
Yeah, and these Milwaukee's, guys, if you can pick one up, these little M12s, I can hold the bit from turning. So it's really not applying.
It's very low torque.
Force, yeah.
Yeah, so like obviously right now we're not worried about it, but it's like 2-3 years down the road when you bump in
Or
that
120
woofer.
decibels.
Yeah, you're
V12
cranking it.
firing.
You're in the front row of the Leonard Skinner concert, and then all of a sudden the speaker falls out of the ceiling.
It's not something that hasn't happened. I've seen it. I've seen it
does
once.
happen.
I've seen it once.
Let it be fluid.
On Ready Player One.
Ready Player One.
Jumped. He hit the ground and the speaker fell to the ceiling.
You don't want your speakers falling out of the ceiling. So Chase is just tweaking it.
Since we got a metal ceiling.
Okay, so right now, guys, this is an important part. We're actually debating it right now, if the speaker will or will not fall out of the ceiling. We're ensuring that it does not fall out of the ceiling. What Chase is doing is pulling that wire up as tight as possible so there's no slack in it, so that essentially it's reducing the amount of weight that's pulling on that sheetrock. We're pulling the weight up into the floor joist. So once he's done securing it nice and tight, we'll show you an up-close shot, and that will be the finished installation of one speaker. All right, check it out, guys.
So we're going to come trim this. But essentially the loop can't widen enough to fall down these joists anymore. And that's, as you see, that's pretty tough back of the Perlisten. So just a safety guarantee.
I'm Chad Ziegler. I'm a real estate broker here in Vail, Colorado. And for a side hustle, or actually a side passion, is high fidelity and theater specifically. So I've had Dreamedia out because I just done a calibration to my system that was a 5.4, and I was really excited, thinking that I was at the end game and done. And right as they were leaving, they kind of said, wow, it'd be really great if these side speakers, these rears, were actually rear speakers. So I've now bought a new couch, redid everything, and bought 2 more speakers for the rears, and then 4 more Atmos speakers for the ceiling. So I guess there's the journey never ends in the theater world. I think we've all kind of discovered that over time. And I've started out at a very youthful age, down in Boulder, and it's been fun. It's great, and I will continue, I guess, to not find the end game or the finish line, but just to enjoy it.
Big thanks, Chase, and our customer Chad for giving a little insight into the journey. Really, that's the key, guys. With audio video, all of these things are toys, right? So it's not really about a completion. It's about just enjoying the journey along the way and continuously trying to make the system better. All right, Dreamedia family, that is a wrap on our installation video of the Perlisten S3i, a beast of an in-ceiling speaker. If you're wanting to take your Dolby Atmos to the next level, or you're interested in doing a high-fidelity system, home theater, 2-channel, even if you want some smart home products, we do automated shades and lighting, all that good stuff for your home. Reach out today to Dreamedia today. We'd love the opportunity to earn your business. We have an online store. You can shop online. We have some packages pre-built, as well as I would highly recommend you call, reach out, speak with one of our specialists, or schedule online a consultation. Our consultations are free, and we'll walk through your entire setup, and we'll hand curate a package specific to your exact needs and budget. We really appreciate everybody's support. We can't do it without you guys. Dreamedia continues to grow and get bigger every single year. Big thanks to you guys. We're going to continue to deliver that 5-star service and do better every single day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Till next time, this is Zach with Dreamedia. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.